Yes.
We were talking about Elliott Wilson, right?
We was talking about Elliott Wilson.
Voice.
Elliott Wilson, brain idiot. Charlamagne went in on him again.
On this week of Brain Idiots, actually this week, 2 T's stands for Titty because he's just been acting like a boob recently, and Charlamagne's fed up with it. So on the Brain Idiots, Charlamagne loves media lists, and he loved ones that congratulate his friends as well. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it. Probably not. But Andrew Schultz was like number 73 out of 75 on most important news podcasters.
Oh, really?
News
Put it out.
podcast. Media Light, something. I think that's what it's called.
Like, this nigga subscribed to so many goddamn articles and shit.
Something along those lines.
Right.
But in the midst of talking about, people who are good at what they do in broadcasting.
That's how it got transitioned.
He thought of somebody who was kind of bad at what they do. And is this the very first time, Stan?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just about the time.
Yeah.
You love certain people, or you grew up being influenced by certain people, and then you're able to
build with them,
and create platforms to not just put money in their pockets, but to help them further tell their stories.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that a lot of talent isn't realizing nowadays. At some point, man, especially the older you get, you can't call yourself an OG in the game if what you are building only benefits you. I tell y'all that all the time, man. If what you build only benefits you, it's not big enough. So when you're able to go back and say, man, this person influenced me so much, now I got this book imprint, or I got this podcast network, or I got this production company, and I'm able to say, yo, why don't you do X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
And that person is like, yeah, I would love to do X, Y, and Z. And then you're able to make X, Y, and Z happen. Different ball game. Then you're not sitting around just, hating on, people for what they're building.
Yeah.
Like Elliott Wilson does all the time. He can't help himself. He's just.
Why? What's up with Elliott?
He hated on Cameron and Mace for what they building with. It is what it is. It was just disgusting.
Cameron's running like he's Stephen A. Smith.
That's what people be mad at you about when you say shit like that. Which I think he should lean into. Be the old villain.
OD, that was hate.
Why is this for a journalist? Because he has an opinion? Why? This is the shit I do well, and not everybody want to do it. I don't like that shit.
I thought it was I thought it was nasty how Charlamagne will act like Rory and Mal don't even exist on this planet, and when it comes to lists, skip over them like they were never even on there, but then use their clip when it benefits his point into kicking Elliott's back in. That's crazy to me.
He hasn't mentioned Rory and Mal before, like a more favorable light?
Refuses. He doesn't mention them in a favorable light on any level.
I don't know.
He purposely ignores them because he doesn't like them. Because he doesn't like them that much. He definitely don't like Mal. He hasn't liked Mal since Mal said that crazy shit way back in the day when like Breakfast Club was literally low key at they were like at their peak. And he was like, yeah, Breakfast Club was kind of done out. It was crazy. So he hasn't liked him since then. And then him and Rory, they never liked each other, especially ever since Rory did that. Rory was like, yo, this nigga's, he's fake. He's fake as hell, that fake mental health. He started calling him out on that, and then he was talking about how he was begging me. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
They don't like each other.
A couple of episodes ago on Being Idiots, when they were talking about all the media personalities and platforms that won in the Drake and Kendrick beef, he had listed Rory and Mal as one of the there was a pivotal part of that.
He mentions them when he absolutely has to. Or this could be
Sounds
him.
like you mentioned them when it's kind of favorable.
But he's never said they're bad.
He don't like. Yes. I guess. No. I don't know.
Yeah.
You just think it's one of those things where they're friends, or he's friends with them, and he doesn't want to embarrass them.
It's not even friends. It's just he brings them up when it's necessary.
Shit, business is business. Elliott is a little munchkin. He's a little animal.
Hell yeah. And like Rory and Mal, they're doing shit that you can't ignore anymore. Like when Mal had that Drake meltdown, that was everywhere. We probably talked about that shit for 2 weeks. Now they got 2 T's on here having a temper tantrum again.
And Elliott doesn't like anything that doesn't have a sense of whatever true journalism is, whatever that definition is to him. He's not going to truly, love it and accept it.
He needs double entendres in his questions.
Yeah.
Who?
Elliott. Like he's not the way he looks, especially with Cameron and all these new media people who aren't classically trained, he looks at it like niggas can't ask the same level of questions. Like you can't have the same level of like, what's it called?
Like thought pattern.
Yeah, inquisitive.
Oh yeah,
inquisitive nature.
Yeah, inquisitive nature.
It's already ridiculous. Yeah, we can skip through this.
Like
we don't need to rehear.
Just go to the second time
what he
so we know what
said.
that is.
Because they're gonna play that whole clip. It'd be more of Charlamagne kicking.
Go to 130.
Kicking his back in.
Flat.
Well, damn, you skipping that one?
I mean, they're still up in the sky, so I guess we can rule out that they were made by Boeing. The point is, I think we all agree on a lot of things. And since I only have a minute left live on Establishment Media, why don't we just say a bunch of things that we know?
Just follow the 1, 2, 3.
He said 130.
I know, but
did
nigga,
say
just follow the 1, 2, 3, man. We got make sure y'all like the video, subscribe. We really need money, so we got a Patreon and shit. $5. But nah, man, I'm glad Charlamagne
I think he could have just came back after the clip went away. Honestly,
You said what?
like I don't know why we skipped to 130. I think we could have just came back right after the clip.
But is this how many times has Charlamagne just like lashed out at Elliott?
Too many. I'm sick of it.
Too many? I feel like this is the first real time.
No.
No, first real time where it's like,
No.
yo, he's a fucking idiot.
No.
This is the first real time?
No. The last one, what did you say? Suck his dick last time, right?
I think it just gets progressively more disrespectful every time.
Right, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
It's
you might
pretty
be
consistent.
misconstruing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see about this. Oh, and just for prior context, this one, he's about to go in about like the whole thing about like, yo, if you're gonna play the hill, you gotta really be that guy. Don't apologize. And that's what Charlamagne is about to say right now.
To be the heel of hip hop journalism,
Be it.
you got to be it 100% through and through.
Academics ain't out here apologizing.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I've apologized when I feel like I've gone too far for certain things, but I'm not apologizing about my opinion about your music, my opinion about your show. I apologize if I said some wild shit that might have been too personal, or if I said something that, you know, really might have hurt
There's
your
also
feelings.
nothing wrong with apologizing, but like if you're, it seems to me that you're saying that he's playing a character.
He's playing a character that he's not even built to play, and I've told him this before. Elliott, I've told you this before. Have I not told you this before? You're playing a character you're not even built to play.
And if you do play, I guess, this character doesn't apologize. If you are the heel journalist, think about what a heel would do in wrestling. Think about what a heel would do in boxing.
Yes.
Like, you say fucked up shit at the press conference, then you go, oh, I'm sorry. No. You got to stay with it through and through. I guess that's what you're saying.
And also stop running to other people's podcasts to express these opinions. You have the bigger picture, and I'm gonna give you this advice because I don't talk to you. I don't fuck with the guy, right? I really don't. But you got the bigger picture. You should be having these conversations on the bigger picture. And more importantly, I just don't understand why you would just discard a great property like Rap Radar. Schultz, you know how hard it is to create IP nowadays?
Yeah.
So you got the IP Rap Radar. Even if you don't get the guests, how about just put your opinions up there?
Yeah.
I saw the guys from Backfield, 𝔓𝔦𝔑 and Heineken. I saw them last week. I thought what y'all did was great. I mean, I see a lot of people do this, but I thought what they did was great. They do a lot of interviews with folks, right?
Okay.
But last week, they were just 𝔓𝔦𝔑 and Heineken answering questions.
Chopping
it up.
Yeah.
The Charlamagne consultations.
Hey, man.
Bag view on the Black Effect Network.
Worth $1
2
million.
weeks from now. Watch.
Okay. I thought they were.
Nah, hell no.
Hey, man, they
They
might
can't
be.
even get on Math Hopper's channel.
Yeah, nah. Quarter lap. But nah, yeah, he's just disappointed in a fellow journalism brother. I mean, I don't know when how many times can Elliott just do this? Is he that stamped in the industry that, like, you know, just childish antics like this, it's just not going to affect his bag or, you know, or relationships in any way?
He's starting to get into that Charleston White space to where it's like, you know, of course you're not going to get the same amount of spike when Charleston comes on there and pops his shit.
Right.
But you
Definitely
can,
taking a Charles White interview over Elliott Wilson.
for sure, but you can rely on them to do something unexpected
Yeah.
that may get you some engagement,
Yeah.
which is enough to take the risk on a 𝔓𝔦𝔑 elf.
And even Charlamagne, he was talking about, yo, you gotta be ready to throw hands the way you talking. You know, later in the clip.
That's what 130 was supposed to be.
It probably, Lauren, just skip like 2 minutes.
Took it out.
That might have been what happened. But,
Or maybe I can go back.
Nah, that's not. Lauren, just skip a little bit ahead.
I want Charlamagne to free himself from talking about Elliott in 2025. That's what the fuck I want. Like,
You think it's becoming a problem?
he's obsessed with him.
Nah.
Yep.
I don't see him being obsessed.
I do.
I think he's enjoying the downfall. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure to where it's like, oh, this nigga trying to do one of my moves, but he don't even have the athleticism to pull it off. So when you see him miss, it's like,
I want to see Charlamagne. I want to see somebody. I want to see him go against somebody in his weight class.
Like who?
Anybody that's in his weight class.
Charlamagne or Elliott?
Charlamagne.
His weight class shit.
So you talking about Joe Budden?
Yes.
Joe Rogan?
Punching down on nigga. Like
Andrew Schultz?
Like watching you call somebody a dickhead and he's an idiot and I hope he could fight. To Elliott Wilson? Come on, bro. Like, this is like the 4th time we've gone in, like, fully on him. Not us. I'm saying, like.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, but like, we've done it too.
No, we've done it too, yeah, because that's us.
Several times.
That's us. We're always punching out of our weight class. And we be winning sometimes, too.
Wow, no.
Yeah.
I don't consider them niggas in a different weight class.
and I'm with you there, really. I was trying to be like, whatever, but I'm with you.
Nah,
I'm with
that.
you, nigga. So, yeah, but this is just like, it's embarrassing. I said last time, if this Elliott clip don't get no views, I'm done. I'm only in it for the views at this point. The only time Elliott was good, like kind of going in on him, was the first time he posted this. After that, it's just been a weird thing where it's just like, I can't keep tracking this embarrassing, like, just life that you've been living these last couple of years. Or this last year.
Yeah. I feel like this is his way of keeping up with the beef, though. Because I don't think that him and Elliott are talking behind the scenes anymore.
I think he said that, yeah.
Like, that line of communication has been gone. So it's like, this is the only way he can get this shit off. He literally looked at the camera and was like, yo, Elliott, you're not like me, son. You're never going to be like me.
Charlamagne said, you ain't got no hands, nigga. What's up?
Or you got to prove it at least. He left it up in the air. There's reasonable doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, if you're going to talk the way that you talk.
He said a little something threatening like that before, too. You know when a nigga, go ahead, play this. Last time, no, I'll say this now before we watch this, so we can hear it. Last time he talked about Elliott having him come to flagrant, he's like, well, you know, I'm scared to death. You know when niggas say, I'm scared to death of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like
that's a thing, yeah.
That's like a thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm scared to death.
It's a sign of respect.
No, that's a threat.
Yeah.
That's a threat.
Yeah. It's passive aggressive.
It's a passive aggressive threat, or it's a legally carried threat. Like it depends on where you're at, but it's like a like
it
I'll
depends
say
on
because
who's
I'm scared.
saying it, really.
Yeah, so it's like because I think they were kind of going back and forth.
I
He's
thought
like,
you meant in terms of coming on the show.
No, he was like, we can talk. I mean, you know, because I'm scared of everybody. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want to smack Elliott? That's what it sounds like. And now you talk about do we got hands this week?
Yeah, nah.
Just run into the nigga.
Yeah.
I ran into him. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was cool. There was no violence. You know what I'm saying? Sound like he won.
It wasn't a head collision.
He won smoke.
Yeah. Nah, man. Elliott only, I don't know how many times he got to do this, but it is getting a little redundant. But at least Charlamagne, it sounds like he kind of care about him. Like he still got some residual love for him.
That sounds like care?
Yeah, it does. It's a lot of care in that. And that's the thing. Like, he's just tired. Like when you said it was a guilty pleasure of seeing him fall, it's like how many times can you give a nigga advice and he not take it till you eventually go like, hey, well, I'm glad it's happening now because it just proves.
But when do you take advice from a nigga you don't fuck with? That doesn't happen either.
What?
Like you're saying, like, how long can I give you advice? They don't fuck with each other. So like you don't listen to a nigga.
Well, back when they were, you know, at least a little bit.
I don't think they ever fucked with each other. For real.
You don't think they fuck with each other
No.
or Elliott didn't fuck with Charlamagne?
Both. Either way, I don't know, but I just don't think they really ever fucked with each other.
Because of somebody's character? Like I think they're both kind of, you know, regular guys.
It's probably just one of them situations where, you know, they're aware of each other. I don't have a reason to hate you yet.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make me like you either. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
And eventually time went on and Elliott just tweeted too fucking much. Went on too many podcasts. Got a little too loose.
Yeah, and he was tipsy on that Rory Marja. But let's see if this is the part where he was talking about potentially Elliott having to know how to throw hands.
Bishop T.D. Jakes told me, he was like, look, even if you don't think you're worthy, just know God knows you're worthy. That's why you're in the position you in.
My contribution would
Nope,
be...
go back. It was before this.
It was
if
before
they
this?
took this shit out,
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God.
No. Just like
it was
a
after
minute.
this, right?
I think it was before this.
No, it's right after this.
It's right after
No,
this.
it's literally right after
It's
this
after
clip.
this. Yeah.
Nah, go to like the last like 5 seconds of Bishop T.D. Jakes talking.
Right here.
Yeah.
be without him.
From that, I've been like, suck my dick.
That's,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
God loves you, and you're like, all right, well, hell, suck my dick.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
What's the pathway to redemption for Elliott? How does he get, in your opinion, like, how does he get?
He got to win a fight.
Ooh.
He got to win a fight. No, I'm not even joking, Elliott. See, you talk too much shit. The way you're popping shit, you got to win a fight.
Interesting.
Because I don't think you do enough push-ups.
Charlamagne
like
put
an
hands.
actual physical
An
fight.
actual
wants to put
physical
hands
fight.
on
Wow.
We got to
He
know
wants to
that
put
you're a
hands
tough
on him.
guy. I'm not even joking.
Because I didn't know
Charlamagne
he was
was put
fucking
hands. I know
like,
he
is he?
wants to put hands on
It's
him.
not that.
That's what it is.
I don't think it's that.
He prays. He runs into
He
him
wants
like I ran
somebody
into
to.
him.
He wants
I
somebody
think
He
to.
prays.
This is, you know how Elliott was like his whole.
If Wax was with him, Wax would have been in the background like, I don't think he can fight, champ. Like, nigga, it's up right
Probably.
now.
I
it's
think
not.
Up right
Charlamagne.
It's
now.
not fight.
I think
It's not
Charlamagne is
fighting
tired
him.
of being the only nigga that's been pressed, that's been jumped outside the studio, that's been punched on camera by,
not the only
by his
nigga.
co-host brother. Well, I mean, who's another notable nigga that
Vlad damn near got his ass.
Vlad don't count. He not a nigga.
Big boy never got jumped.
Who's the other nigga? I feel like there's several niggas who have gotten ran.
It's a lot of niggas have.
Hold on.
Something's happened to
also-
damn near
everybody has.
Also,
Yeah.
multiple times. Multiple times to one person. There might be a few
Let's
personalities.
just keep adding
couple
caveats so he's
runs.
the only one in the category. Niggas get
Touch,
touched.
but
or
it
pressed.
Niggas get
touched or pressed.
that
Everybody
is
has
different.
gotten pressed.
Everybody's gotten pressed.
Everybody's
Sure.
gotten
Press is
pressed.
different. I'm talking about touched. And you gotta understand, he sees a nigga that's trying to do what he did, but he's not getting like the same level of repercussions. It's kind of like that.
I wouldn't even agree with that.
When you're
I
in
wouldn't
that
even agree
old
with
in that old school way of doing things, and you see the young niggas come up and it's like, oh man, y'all don't even have any of the setbacks that we had. Like I
Yeah.
used to get shamed for saying that same shit. Now you just saying it willy nilly.
Yeah, I had to
it's like
dig a
you
hole to
gotta.
shit.
It's almost like you gotta earn the right to speak that
You think
way.
Elliott is out here trying to cosplay like Charlamagne's radio style, old radio style? Because it's not him now.
Think what he's doing right now.
Really?
Just saying that he doesn't like everything, being anti, being a contrarian, saying, yo, that shit is whack. That's Charlamagne's whole shit. When Yeezus came out and he was the only nigga in media that was like, yo, that shit is,
I mean, I get what it's elements of that. It's not. I don't think he's just trying
Yeah, I don't
to
know.
be Charlamagne. But I get what you're
Yeah, I
saying. There's
don't know.
definitely
It's
elements
not
of that.
y'all
I
are putting too
haven't-
much on trying to be Charlamagne. It's like
Well,
that's
that's what I was
has
specifically
that.
asking.
Charlamagne has an antagonistic style. That's all I'm saying. That's what Elliott is embracing now, being that anti, but not being the I kind of love that
But,
project.
and that's what I'm saying when it comes to the advice. Like he's trying to give him that healed advice because Charlamagne was living in that.
That's what
where
I'm
he got a
saying.
lot of his bread.
They played the same angle.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's trying to play that angle now, but you know, I don't even. Elliott's not even used to being in the face.
Charlamagne want to smoke with that nigga. Yo, Charlamagne said he look like he don't do push-ups. That's sick, bruh.
Say, I don't think you do enough push-ups.
I don't think he's doing push-ups, and I'm gonna be real. If he's talking like that, Elliott be drunk in public a lot. He be drunk in public too, because when we ran into him, he was definitely drunk.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like,
we
which
was also at a function.
Which is another theory that I have
I was
about
sober.
Elliott that I'm starting to think about.
You was sober?
yes,
You ain't take a sip of nothing?
I took a sip of stuff, but I wasn't drunk.
That's what I'm saying. You wasn't sober.
Elliott
nigga.
was drunk.
I think Elliott has vices, real vices that we don't even like. I'm not saying that he's a struggling addict, but I think that
With alcohol?
I think he gets a little bit more lucid than we would be led on to believe.
Nigga, he's
I
rich
never seen
and
him. I
he's
never seen
rich
him
and
drunk on camera until the Roy and Mall thing.
It,
That was
he's
my
got a-
first time seeing him drunk like that.
He got a weird style though. And if you're drunk a lot, then you know there's a level of drunk that you can get to where nobody knows what's going on. You're so good at putting on
Well,
that
then
face.
yeah, because drunk is your base, but then there's like belligerent, which would be I would consider
Which is Rory and Maul.
right.
Which is what we saw there.
I don't think he's I
don't think he's drunk all
I
the
don't
time.
see that
No,
energy
no.
you're talking about though, like that fighting energy.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't see
From
it either.
Charlamagne?
What I see is the reason why
You talking about from Charlamagne?
the reason why Charlamagne can talk like that is because he's also a nigga nearing the age of menopause. You get what I'm saying? So it's different when like you call another old nigga old. Like I know you ain't doing your push-ups because Charlamagne probably ain't doing them fucking push-ups. Like Charlamagne's near that, it's different. It's just like old nigga to old nigga. It's not. This is love. This is passion. Like I said in the beginning, anger can sometimes be misplaced passion, and that's what this is. You know what I mean?
It's a big part of it, but Charlamagne is literally giving this advice to any media personality that has been known to say wild shit. He says the same thing. You had to be prepared to get punched in the face.
But he's so passionate.
That's one of his 10 commandments.
Yeah.
So that's one of his go-tos.
Yeah. Hey, be ready.
Yeah.
I need to get a soundbite that says, I say this all the time. God, I hate that. I hate when he says that shit.
Once again. But yeah.
Once again, you know I say this all the time. It's like, yes, we know. The same 10 things.
But in this instance, it's true. Like, this is damn near like a, what's her name? Tamika Mallory promo. Like, they just keep, he says it over and over again, this program. You can imagine him saying it right now.
Let me hear Charlamagne threaten Elliott a couple more times. You can just hit play because he keeps going.
I don't think that it's not going to be a threat.
I'm listening to threats. That's
it's going to be an invite. The next.
I'm listening to threats.
The next.
That's what you think.
No,
I'm listening to threats.
The next. Oh,
you're
talking about
no,
that?
we don't need another timestamp. Just hit play.
He's saying I'll fuck people up.
He talks crazy. He tells people "fuck you" and all of this other shit like that. Like he talks crazy. He talks.
I thought he just had strong opinions about the music or about what's happening culturally.
He talks crazy. He's like calling people garbage, calling people good. Like you say a lot of slick shit that people going, hey, what's up? I need to see if I know you don't do no push-ups.
Wow.
And that's what he don't realize. Like, yo, he should, because he's 50 plus years old. You should realize you can't play with everybody. So if you're asking me what's the redemption, I really think it's that. I think he got to beat up somebody. You got to win a fight.
And then we go, oh no, he's about that life.
He can back it up. So even if he apologizes, it's cool. You know,
because he don't have to apologize.
I'm terrified of him.
You are terrified.
I'm terrified. I am terrified of him. All right, enough of that loser.
Yo, this nigga wants smoke, nigga. Charlamagne wants smoke. That's why I want him to free himself of this in 2025. Let's not do this no more. This looks crazy on you. I'm enjoying every moment though. This looks insane though. I can't even believe
Elliott Wilson
I can't
is
even believe
going to
there's
be
a segment of the Brilliant Idiots for this. Please let's not carry this into 2025.
Elliott Wilson is going to be on the Brilliant Idiots 2025.
It'll happen.
Yep.
It's possible.
That's going to happen.
That's not far-fetched.
It's going to happen.
Rory and Mal make it before then.
No, the fact that Elliott,
hell no.
The fact that Elliott was
Rory and Mal
talking
make
to
it
Rory
before
and
then
Mal
because he's been warming up to them, like mentioning their name and using their clip.
He don't care about them as much.
That means he's about to ask for a possible favor.
They're casualties of war.
Exactly.
That nigga, they're hotel breath mints.
Rory's gonna have a conversation with Rory soon this year for sure. Charlamagne will talk to Rory this year. He's warming it up.
Rory and Mal is just
not Mal, Rory.
Just Rory on Brilliant Idiots?
Very specific.
Where?
Why just Rory?
Not on Brilliant Idiots, just a conversation.
And out of context?
What do you mean out of context? Oh, no, nigga, hell no, no.
On Spaces?
Are you talking about an off-camera conversation?
Yeah, and then it'll just like casually come up in conversation.
Well, yeah,
like I was talking to Rory, they'd be like, "You were talking to Rory?"
They'll
It'll be
probably-
one of those.
they'll run
or
into
Rory,
each other.
it'll be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? It'll happen this year.
Yeah.
He's warming it up.
Lollapalooza
He
is
said,
a
"I'm
big
scared
place.
to death." I know what that means. That's crazy. That's just as crazy as what Elliott's doing.
What's the worst thing that he said to Charlamagne, Elliott, to warrant this kind of response? Because
In terms of, he said that he doesn't like how he OGs. Okay, in terms of like disrespectful things said, Charlamagne has taken the cake on that for sure. Because there was that time that he said he called him like an old dickhead or something like that. That was when
Charlamagne called Elliott.
Yeah, that was when it was a Brilliant Idiots episode towards the end of last year. That was the one when Elliott had screen recorded the audio of the playing of the audio of the podcast and tweeted it. And that was when Elliott officially just said, "Charlamagne, fuck you." That was that tweet. I can't remember what Charlamagne said, but that was like the official. He had said some disrespectful shit like "suck my dick" essentially. You know what I mean? And then but before then, Elliott's shit would be like, I just don't really like him. Like, I don't like how he's an OG. Like, you know, it's like he would just like critique him, but like with his elitist style. The way that people don't like Elliott talking to them anyway. You know what I mean? But it wasn't, they had both crossed the line, like Charlamagne had crossed the line, and then it was an official fuck you, Charlamagne. Like that was the first time they had exchanged actual verbal insults.
Yeah.
This would be the most boring fight.
Charlamagne washing that nigga.
They would be so tired.
It's not even close.
You think so?
He's washing him. It's not even close.
I believe so.
It's not even close.
This might be it.
It's not even close.
Clip in itself.
Oh my God. Elliott's gonna have that.
Elliott's probably gonna be drunk, nigga. Like
Elliott did have a strong depth. You don't think that'll translate to anything?
he was also drunk, nigga. Fighting a drunk nigga, they have one good punch in him.
That's better. Wait,
that's
wait,
better for you, the sober nigga.
Wait, no, one punch to take? No. He's taking 30, 40. However many shots he took.
It's so easy to knock him off balance.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
No.
if he trains for it, it's like nigga might have a chance.
No, Charlamagne's washing him. If it came to fights, it's not even close.
If it came to fights,
It's not even close.
If it came to fisticuffs.
If it came to the physical, yeah.
What's the age difference between them? That might not even be fair.
5-6 years.
Yeah, a couple
something
years.
like that.
That's
Because
good money.
Charlamagne's like 45. Elliott's 50.
And-
they might have 10 years. I think Elliott's 55.
Ooh, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And like even if he did question his OG status, like Charlamagne even shot back with this, we kind of just escaped over that. But he questioned his whole existence as an OG, like just the essence of the definition.
What it
Like
means.
there's nobody just residually eating off of your fame.
What makes you an OG?
Charlamagne said, if it's not niggas eating off your fucking tree
Mm-hmm.
that you planted, then you're not technically an OG. And Elliott, by definition,
Do you have to continuously plant?
What do you mean by continuously plant?
Can I plant a lot of things in one? Can I plant a lot of things for a couple of years? What if a lot of the things that I've been planted the last couple of years have all died? But I have strong trees that grew from 10 years ago.
It's not about what he means. He doesn't mean more platforms that are successful. He means really being able to put a nigga on. So it's like, and he's really talking about himself in this instance to where he has the Black Effect Network to where, oh, you got a podcast? I'll put that shit right there. He has the book imprint to where it's like, oh, yo, you should write a book, dog. Let me show you this plug.
Yes.
He's saying that you're not an OG in the game unless you have that capability.
I know what you mean.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
To answer your question,
Like,
yes.
you
Like
can't put
things
together
like
that.
Yeah, if I can't make,
power and
if you
influence.
can't make no arrangements, you
essentially.
Yeah.
what do you do?
I would say more have power. I think influence is questionable.
Influence, really infrastructure.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Infrastructure.
Which Elliott lacks. He doesn't even have infrastructure for himself.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, he brought up a good point. Rap Radar is fucking cooked. That shit sucked anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been had its time. It came and went, but
Maybe
they definitely should have abandoned it. But
He even gave them advice and said that
Yeah.
Elliott and 𝙿𝙾 just need to go up there and chop it up like they're actually homies.
Yeah.
Let me stop putting my middle finger up in pictures.
This is the last
Yeah, but they don't fuck with each other though. We ain't seen them niggas together in forever. Like, when's the last time we looked up where 𝙿𝙾 was at? He was at Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't even know he was doing that. And I kind of liked him because he was talking crazy.
Said no
What did he
contract,
say?
no
Remember when he was
friendship.
going in on Lauryn Hill when we played that clip? He's like, yeah, I'm sick of Lauryn Hill. I don't like her. I was like, damn, like,
Yeah.
that's
like,
a
we should hear
that's
him
some
like
riveting
this.
shit
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, he's been set free.
That's some riveting shit.
That was
right
a
there.
bro, because it was like I don't watch 𝙿𝙾 at all, and then I just clicked that clip. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe what he said first, but he wasn't. It wasn't just I don't like it. I don't have a reason. That
Yeah.
nigga laid out for like a minute and a half why this is bullshit. While we're boosting her up, I
He
was
was
like,
like, oh.
I was like, hey, you got it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's
like hearing your grandma
I get
cuss.
it. I get it now. Like I
Yeah.
get why you said that wild shit, which I thought was wild, but I guess it really ain't.
Pride and ego. It's
Yeah.
man's worst enemy. And Elliott is just, this is the last year he can do this before we just kind of just snatch. We got to
Yes.
erase him off the Mount
I think
Rushmore.
it's safe to say that this is him.
Nah, man.
This needs to be the last time Charlamagne brings this up until he runs into him in the club.
Yeah.
You gonna see him in no club?
That's what he
You think
wants.
these two old niggas are gonna cross paths in the club?
Nigga, we crossed
It's
paths
more
with
likely-
Elliott. That was crazy.
Yeah, but Charlamagne's
We did not
going to
expect
no
to
club.
of all people. Nigga, when we was in that club and I heard Elliott Wilson's. I said Elliott Wilson's. Like we were all like,
Yeah.
what the? Did we just hear what we thought we heard? We went searching for that nigga immediately. I said, no, I got to meet this nigga right now.
Yeah.
And then didn't catch him till he left out. Which is funny too because
That nigga hair was wet.
Which is funny too because he also said when he was on Spaces talking about meeting us, he was like, "Yeah, I found AJ. I pulled up on AJ. No, you didn't, nigga. I pulled up on you, nigga. Like I pulled up on you, nigga. I went looking for you. I accidentally tripped over the fucking table and cut my leg in the club." Looking for that nigga. Looking for that nigga. Like I have a scar. I have a scar from me actively looking for this nigga. Like
This nigga, oh my god! Hey, when you in the field, shit get crazy.
yeah, I was
nigga.
like, he's here. I need to talk to this nigga immediately.
Yeah.
I don't think he fucks with me, but I need to find out.
AJ went on the prowl.
Elliott don't even gotta touch him. He get hurt on the way there.
Talk about I pulled up on that nigga. I pulled up on you, nigga. I feel like Birdman voice. nigga, I'm pulling up on you, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all had the friendliest interaction.
Yeah.
All this hostile energy for what? They was just excited to meet each other.
Oh man, that shit was hilarious. Charlamagne won't smoke though. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Those were threatening words.